Hey everyone, SWE here and welcome to the all-new season of SWE. This one is going to be all about adrenaline and it's going to be bigger and better and a lot more story involved as well. And that will start things off here this evening with our big opening show. And here we go then with the opening match of the evening. It is going to be a bit of tag team action, kicking things off here with Brian Kendrick and Paul London. Pretty good tag team. I like these two guys. Of course, they were a tag team back in, was it the early 2000s or mid 2000s? Difficult to remember, to be honest with you. They must have been around that sort of time. They were all both very, very young at that point in time, and I think Kendrick has often remarked that he didn't really realise how well he had it off when he was that young. But now they've got a chance here in Adrenaline to do well as well. PJ Tover's giving him a good shot here, and they could prove themselves against another strong team. Now this team they're facing off against are not really a team, or haven't been a team as of yet. But PJ Tover was looking for opponents for these guys earlier on, and stumbled across Minuro Suzuki. He gave Suzuki the opportunity to go away and find himself a partner. And that is exactly what we have here this evening. But first off, we have the entrance here of Minuro Suzuki, I think. Where is he? He seems to have gone a bit AWOL. He's milking this entrance, isn't he? Who does he think he is? The Undertaker? Oh, there he is. Just popped in all of a sudden. There he is, Minuro Suzuki. So yeah, he has found himself a partner to join up forces here this evening and take on the team of Kendrick and London. And we'll have a see in a second exactly how that all came about. But Suzuki, someone who I feel can have a very good run here in this season of Adrenaline. A very, very strong competitor and potential, you know, you never know. Potential Adrenaline champion maybe at some point, or even Intercontinental champion. Definitely has the ability to get it done, basically. He's a very, very strong competitor, and I think Kendrick and London could be in trouble here today, because if Suzuki gets you in the position he wants you, you could be toast in seconds. You could be knocked out or you could be submitted. This guy is not to be played around with. And we're going to see his partner. I'll tell you what, let's have a quick check back and see what happened earlier on this afternoon when Suzuki found himself his partner. So here's what we saw earlier on this evening. Minuro Suzuki backstage looking for a tag team partner for tonight's match. He found himself a friendly face in DAISUKE Sekimoto, and after a bit of deliberation, the bond was forged. Yes, that's right, the dream team has been forged. Minuro Suzuki teaming up here this afternoon with DAISUKE Sekimoto. I'm so glad that Sekimoto's on this game, you know. He was on 2K17, someone created him, and being on this one as well, I'm so happy he was, because he's just such a cool wrestler. There's something about him, he was my favourite wrestler we had on 2K17. Out of the 200 or so people we had, just nobody compared to Sekimoto. I think he was like in 3 of our top match playlists. He was just absolutely insane. I did have a load of matches saved up to create a top match playlist for this year, but I lost the folder. It got corrupted or something. It just disappeared. I've got no idea, but doesn't matter. We'll have to continue making fantastic matches. Wow. What a strong DDT straight away there by Brian Kendrick on Suzuki. Suzuki and Sekimoto. What a team this could be. What a force to be reckoned with that could be. But at the moment, it's Kendrick taking early control, but Suzuki trying to turn things around, but Kendrick catching a headbutt right in the face of Suzuki. We've got some very interesting matches for you this evening as well. PJ Tover has promised us a Cruiserweight tournament, which starts off here this evening. 2 matches in that one. We've got Desmond and Xavier taking on Leo Rush and Ricochet taking on Kushida. We're going to see the MOTORCITY Machine Guns taking on Bad Influence. Sami Callihan takes on King Cuerno. Enzo Amore takes on Adam Cole. Interesting match. And then our main event will be an Adrenaline #1 contendership match as AJ Styles takes on Zack Sabre Jr. Suzuki now taking some control in this match over Brian Kendrick. And we'll address it quickly as we've started anyway. brand new universe mode. If you don't know already, essentially we are sticking with the brands and the rosters we had in the previous universe mode. We're going to go for one at a time. It just sort of made a bit more sense to us to have a to sort of concentrate on one universe at a time, and then we can sort of get into it a bit more. We can sort of play the stories a bit more, because I know from my point of view, recording and editing all the shows, I was getting so confused, because doing 5 different shows with 5 completely independent storylines and specials all at the same time, it got confusing for me recording, so God knows how you guys were coping with watching them. So I think doing it this way, and literally we're going to do 3 in-game months of adrenaline. So we're going to have 4 episodes pay-per-view, 4 episodes pay-per-view, 4 episodes, and then Shabby Mania. So it's going to be a decent-sized universe mode, but because we're solely doing this one brand, it will won't last as long as the other ones did. So basically we'll do 3 in-game months of this, and then we'll stop. We'll do 3 in-game months of a different brand. And it's just, yeah, it's a nice little way. It sort of gets us a chance to get really involved in a storyline and in a universe mode. And then when it starts to become a little bit, not stale as such, but when we need a bit of a fresh start, we can get kicked straight back in and get a fresh start of another brand. And I think that's going to be a good way of doing it. We'll trial it, and hopefully it'll work. Plus, it makes things a lot easier for me with save files and that sort of stuff. It's a hell of a lot easier for me. So, yeah, we'll trial it, see how it goes. I still plan on doing some specials and so forth, but at the moment, I've spent quite a bit of time setting this Adrenaline Universe mode up, so we're going to kick into this as much as we can. Hopefully, I'm going to get an episode today and an episode tomorrow as well. So at this rate, we can have our first pay-per-view next weekend, I think. So both Kendrick and Suzuki been in this match for the entirety so far. Both Sekimoto and Paul London yet to get an opportunity to show what they can do. And that's about to change here. Sekimoto tagged in here by Suzuki. Well, these two guys are working very well together, considering they only sort of forged this alliance earlier on this afternoon. And we don't even know if this alliance is going to be a long term, whether it's just a one-off or what, but I can't imagine if they did win strongly here against an established tag team, why they would not continue this on. It just seems like an obvious thing for me. Kendrick tripping Sekimoto over, and Kendrick's put up a pretty good fight here so far. Headbutt right in the face of Sekimoto as well. And Kendrick probably could do a making a tag himself at some point. In Kendrick here, is he lining up a finisher maneuver here on Sekimoto? He is Captain's Hook. But Suzuki straight in to break it up. I don't think it was going to be a tap out by any stretch of the imagination, because Sekimoto's literally only just come into the match. But Sekimoto laid out here. He's struggling, and Kendrick once again went for Suzuki, and Suzuki caught him once again. Come on, Sekimoto, you got locked in a submission for a split second. How are you still down? And Kendrick finally does spear Suzuki off the apron. Went for the pin on Sekimoto. Barely a 1 count. Why is Sekimoto struggling so much? He was locked in a submission for a split second. That was it. Now Paul London in the match for the first time. Fresh as a daisy. And London, nice moonsault from the middle rope. Standing shooting star as well. Suzuki still down on the outside. Sekimoto getting the reversal there, sending London over the top. Dig to the gut. Now run the back into a nice German suplex. And this is what I like about Sekimoto. He knows how to throw an opponent. Only a 1 count. It's what you'd expect. London just in the ring. Not taking a lot of damage so far. Nice pop-up Hurricanrana there by Paul London. Suzuki desperate for the tag once again. Sekimoto down now as London goes for the pin. It's only there for the 2 though. Sekimoto not quite had as strong a start to this match as Suzuki did. As now Paul London twisting that arm, maybe trying to weaken it potentially if Brian Kendrick were to go for another Captain's Hook. Sekimoto now an arm breaker of his own. And follows it up with a Saito suplex, folding Paul London in half. Sekimoto going for now. Oh, it looks like he's going to go deadlift here. Brings him up. Deadlift German suplex. There's the pin by Sekimoto. 1, 2. Suzuki. Suzuki was there quick enough, I think, to block Kendrick off. But for some reason, he stopped his run halfway there. I've no idea why he did that. But Kendrick did very, very well there to save his tag team partner, Paul London. As London has Sekimoto up now, showing incredible strength into that brainbuster. And Sekimoto, I think, could probably do a making a tag here. Yeah, London, that's not going to work. Well, Suzuki did throw London off the top rope there, but threw him on top of Sekimoto, so I'm not quite sure that has necessarily gone to plan. Not quite sure, but there you go. Both guys down now, grounded. Who's going to be the first one back up to their feet? Sekimoto stirring, crawling towards Suzuki. Can he make the tag? How was London just got up even quicker? He saw Sekimoto crawling towards his opponent, and where's Kendrick's completely disappeared. Oh, there's Kendrick down the outside. I don't know how London's dominating Sekimoto so much, to be honest. Nice standing shooting star press by Paul London. Bringing Sekimoto up to a kneeling base. And for the kick in the face, but Sekimoto rolled out the way. Nice step up into Guri on Paul London. And now dragging him away from his partner, Brian Kendrick, before coming across and making the tag in here to Minuro Suzuki. Paul London avoiding the chop and catching Suzuki with a quick shot in the face and a step up into Guri of his own. And Paul London here taking good advantage. I think he was playing possum. London now heading up top. 450, wow. Paul London doing pretty well here. Going to drop into the pin as well. The Sekimoto's there to break it up. London and Kendrick doing really well here. Better than anticipated. Spinning heel kick there by London again. London in control of Suzuki. There's the hot tag by Suzuki into Sekimoto. Oh, the hot tag never works on this year's game. Oh, but Sekimoto is fighting back. And then shoulder blocks. Oh no, it is. It's still working. So that is the hot tag, just to basically just running straight through your opponent over and over again. By the looks of it. Sekimoto now bringing London up. Into a vertical suplex. Suzuki's down the outside. After that hot tag. I think London ran straight into a bear hug there. Look, maybe looking like he was going to go for the belly-to-belly suplex, but London fought free into a super kick. How are London and Kendrick doing so well here against this team of Sekimoto and Suzuki? I've got no idea. Nice elbows there in the head by Paul London. London heads up top. I think London saw Suzuki coming this time. You see the little stare into the face of Suzuki there by London. They come across and try to catch Suzuki unaware with the right hand. And Suzuki now, he did this to Kendrick earlier. Just every time Kendrick tried to get some aggression, Suzuki was just there to break it up. There's a hot tag though by London, bringing Kendrick back in. Oh, and Sekimoto just stepped aside the dropkick, but the problem is they're just too slow, aren't they? That's the problem. Kendrick and London are just doing this by sheer speed, but I don't know how long speed's going to get them through before the power game becomes the trump towards the end. Elbow in the face there. Now Sekimoto taking Kendrick up on his shoulders. Nice. Flattens Kendrick face first. London's down on the outside. There's the pin by Sekimoto. 1, 2, and 3. It was hard fought, but the team of Sekimoto and Minuro Suzuki come off victorious. Wow. Tell you what, I wasn't quite expecting Kendrick and London to put up such a good fight, but Sekimoto and Suzuki showed what they can do. And I think, of course, they're a brand new team together. They're only going to get better and better as time goes on. They're going to start to understand more how each other works. And look at some of the strong power moves that were hit in this match. That deadlift German there by Sekimoto. The 450 by Paul London with the other rotation just to get the right angle as well. But this could be the blossoming of something new, you know. This could be something special. We saw Suzuki bringing Sekimoto in. There's the handshake. We could see a lot more of these two guys together. Very effective team. A really good team, actually. I'm really excited for this team. This could be an absolute dominant tag team. And here is our second match of the evening. It is going to be the first match in our Cruiserweight tournament. It's going to be Desmond Xavier taking on Lio Rush. Now, I'll explain this Cruiserweight tournament a little bit more. Basically, there's going to be 2 first-round matches this week, 2 first-round matches next week, and 2 first-round matches in week number 3. And then week number 4, we're going to have 2 triple threat matches. The winners of the 2 triple threat matches will then go on to face off against Rey Mysterio Jr. at our first pay-per-view in a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight Championship here on Adrenaline. So, really, there's a lot up for grabs here, and we're going to see some fantastic wrestling in the process. I believe, off the top of my head, if I can remember correctly, that Desmond Xavier versus Lio Rush was one of the best matches we had on the previous season of SWE. It was absolutely spot on, it was. Really good match. So hopefully they can recreate that here this evening for us on Adrenaline. And like I said, later on we've got another first round match, and that is going to be Ricochet versus Kushida. The Code of Honor will be covered in this match as well. So both competitors will shake hands before each of the first round matches. It's a Code of Honor. You know. Adrenaline is very much Ring of Honor. What's the word? It's not styled, not themed. Playing homage to Ring of Honor, I suppose, if you look at it that way. A lot of indie guys, a few of them, don't get me wrong, are not in Ring of Honor, but a lot of indie guys that were in Ring of Honor, and yeah. I think the old Code of Honor, which is what they used to use a long time ago in Ring of Honor. They used to be before every single match in Ring of Honor, they used to have to shake hands, wasn't it, in the Code of Honor? That doesn't happen anymore, I suppose. It's more of a, well, it's more of a normal wrestling company now, I suppose. There's none of those little dodgy gimmicks. This Lio Rush core is pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know who's making this core of a year, but it was fantastic on last year's game, and it was fantastic on this one as well. I think the, I don't know if this one's as good. I've got a feeling that 2K17's one might be slightly better than this one, but still, it's a pretty damn good core, isn't it? And there is heavy rumours that Lio Rush has left NXT already. He removed all of the NXT references on his Twitter page about 3 or 4 weeks ago, didn't he? And then he's now... what did he say? He said something the other day that he... Oh, there's a shake of hands I mentioned. That's handy. It means I haven't got to create that video myself. Yeah, and even the... what was I going to say? Oh, I completely lost my trace of mind now. I got distracted by the handshake, which was supposed to be there, but I was going to have to input that myself by recording the little shake of hands. I'm pretty happy the way that's worked out. Oh, I cannot believe I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Lio Rush, wasn't it? There we go. Right. Yeah, Lio Rush removed all the NXT stuff from his Twitter page about 3 or 4 weeks back, and then he made a cryptic tweet last week, I think it was, saying the tweet basically just said sometimes the grass is not always greener. So take from that as you wish. And the Observer is saying that EC3 has agreed a deal to move back to NXT as well. That'd be pretty good. Trouble. You know what? I must say he has definitely improved a lot since he left WWE the first time. And I wonder whether he might go straight onto the main roster, whether he'll sit in NXT again. I think he has got the personality to go straight on the main roster, to be honest, but the last person they put straight on the main roster was that Mike Bennett, the last person put straight on the main roster? And that didn't really work out too well. Some people just do. I suppose it all depends on who you are and if the space in the main roster's there, I suppose, isn't it? Anyway, enough of that bullshit. We got a cracking match there. Went for the Phoenix Splash in the middle rope, but Lio Rush able to avoid it. And this match has started off very much like the previous one was. Very high-paced, top-quality wrestling. As now Lio Rush taking Xavier up into... Was that an F5? Yes, Lio Rush has just hit an F5 on Xavier. I was going to say Xavier Woods. On Desmond at Xavier. And now standing him up, ready for the Spanish Fly. This could be a very, very quick first-round match indeed. 1, 2... No, Desmond at Xavier kicks out of an F5. Wow. That was a bit of a... It just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Rush now just wrenching back at the neck of Xavier, just slowing the pace of the match down a bit. Well, Desmond Xavier is reversing now. Starting to get some offense back. He needs to do that. This is very much a TNA versus NXT match at this point in time. Like I said, we're not quite sure about the Lio Rush situation at the moment, but... And of course, like I said, remember, the winner of this one will be the first person in that triple threat in a couple of weeks' time. I mean a couple of in-game weeks, by the way, not... It'll end up being probably one day this week. We get the third or fourth episode anyway. Xavier now heading his way up to the top rope. Nice spiral tap. Is that enough? Rush is down. Xavier drops into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's a 2 count. Lio Rush kicking out. Desmond Xavier now heading his way over the top. Stalking Lio Rush. Went for what looked to be similar to a phenomenal forearm, but completely missed it. Xavier now bringing Rush back up to a seated base. Hooking the arm and wrenching it back, looking to try to do some damage. See that shoulder already taped of Lio Rush. And the problem with taping parts of your body like that is it does really give a... It really gives a target on you, doesn't it, really? A bullseye for other people to aim to, because they know what's damaged when you start taping stuff. They know what's weak. I'd just start taping other stuff, wouldn't you? If I've got like a damaged arm, I just like tape the other one to try and make people think it's the other one. Would that work? I've got no idea. So I need to oil my chair, don't I? It's bloody squeaky. Desmond Xavier now stamping on the arm of Lio Rush. And just kicking him on the top of the head as well. Rush is really struggling to get back into this one now. Well, commentator's curse there, I suppose. But Xavier straight back up, catching Rush, sending him into the corner. Taking him up top. This is where it starts to get dangerous. Lio Rush, nice drop kick right in the face of Desmond Xavier. Into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count still. Yeah, there's definitely some fantastic chemistry between these two in the game. This is the second match they've had now, and again, it's just very, very high quality. Rush up on the top there, taunting, trying to get the crowd behind him. He might regret that, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Oh, nice. A short Hurricanrana slamming Xavier face first into the mat. Now Rush, Xavier up on his shoulder once again. Looking for another F5, the second of the match. But Xavier was too close to the ropes. Nice, and a dragon screw there by Desmond Xavier on Lio Rush. Such a back and forth match. Xavier now catching Rush on that middle rope, and now Xavier 619. Followed up by the springboard splash as well. that enough for Xavier? Nope. Jawbreaker there by Rush. Nice spinning heel kick to the gut. Desmond and Xavier now. That short DDT. Wow, this is a hell of a match, this one. This is going to be a longer episode, this one, by the looks of it. We've still got 5 more matches left for you after this one. And Rush now with a standing Spanish fly. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, Xavier's kicked out again. Holy guacamole. This is insane. Nice tornado DDT there by Desmond and Xavier. Took him a little bit longer to get up that time, though. Maybe he should have gone for the pin, to be honest. Rush looked out there for a second. Xavier now dropping a boot right in the chest of Lio Rush. And another one in the chest as well. And now wrenching back again at that arm. Like I said, that tape, it acts as a bullseye, a target for wrestlers because they know where the damage is. I think Desmond and Xavier's tattoos look a little bit dodgy on this. Like, most of them look alright, but that one in his arm just looks like a big black blotch. I don't know if that's what they were going for. Xavier's down the outside. Referee's going to start counting here. Will Rush consider winning this by count out? I think at this point in the match you'd have to just consider it, wouldn't you, really? Because you're going to get... Well, you're knackered out at this rate. Xavier there playing possum, waiting for Lio Rush to come out there, and he's caught him unawares. German suplex. Xavier here really baited Lio Rush into where he wanted him, didn't he? Oh, don't... Where the hell? What the hell? What? Houston, we have a problem. Lio Rush seems to have sunk into... What the... What? Come on, Xavier. Break the count. It looks like it's going to be a count-out victory for Desmond and Xavier. Really baited Lio Rush where he wanted him. And it's going to work. There it does. Desmond and Xavier wins this one by count-out. Wow. You've got to do what you've got to do. It was a really good match, and eventually... It just went too far, and Lio Rush just did not have enough left in the locker to get back into this one. Desmond and Xavier had to use some intelligence in the end because he just couldn't keep him down any other way. He managed to make the metal just completely melt and allow Lio Rush to sink through the barrier, sink through the ramp, and disappear into non-existence. But either way, Desmond and Xavier is going to be in that triple... Yeah, his tattoos just don't look right, do they? I'm sure his tattoo's not that generic in real life. We'll have a look. And next up then we have a match between Sami Callihan and King Cuerno. Good old King. I like King Cuerno. King Cuerno was someone that I never really appreciated that much in Lucha Underground, but the more and more I watched him, the more I became quite hooked, to be honest. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how he gets on further in this Universe Mode. He did have a really good match in the previous season of the Universe Mode, didn't he, against Donovan Dijak quite early on. So that'd be pretty cool to see. Actually, I've actually managed to purchase the first 2 seasons of Lucha Underground on Blu-ray DVD. And there's a guy on a website called iOffer who's selling them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, cheers to Tony Wilson for letting me know that, actually. That was I've been trying to find that for a long time. So yeah, I'm waiting for those to come. They're being shipped in from America. So when they do, I can finally watch Season 2 of Lucha Underground. Because I still never watched it yet. And then I can watch Season 3 as well soon. Hopefully. Anyway, this is Sami Callihan. This is the best call we've had for Sami Callihan in quite some time. It's still not fantastic, don't get me wrong, but this is the best call we've had of him for a long time. And I think the bandana on the face really helps during the entrance, I must say. It's not bad. It's not perfect. But of course he is taking on King Cuerno. Oh, just look at that. I forgot about how good this entrance is. It's got everything. It's even got his actual... It's just so good, isn't it? I mean, the hat with the horns on, the cape, the ping and the bow and arrow, which is what he does in his real entrance in Lucha Underground. Who's that bow and arrow one for? Is that just a generic entrance you can put on anyone, or is that actually someone's entrance in this game? I'm not sure, but it's absolutely perfect for him. I really want to do a Lucha Underground Universe mode. I really do. I think at some point we might do a brand which is like very much focused on Lucha Libre and that sort of... Wouldn't it be cool just to have like a... Just like a one-off... Not a one-off as such, but maybe a universe mode with just full of basically cruiserweights and masked men and... Oh, nice handshake here as well. This is not even part of the Cruiserweight tournament. Both guys still abiding by the Code of Honor. This is just a standard match. There we go, the bell goes and we are underway. Which one of these two guys is going to get a nice little boost of momentum moving into the new Tuniverse mode? The Tuniverse mode. The new Universe mode here. And of course, don't forget, if you didn't hear me earlier on, if you're looking forward to the second episode of Adrenaline, it's going to be tomorrow. That was the point of changing the Universe mode that we have, just to try and focus more on... certain things. Try and focus more on story. Try and focus more on really getting into a universe mode rather than just doing 5 different ones at once and just trying to bodge them all together in a playlist. I think just solely spending our time on one, really getting into it, really getting the stories going, I think is going to be the best way to do it. Nice sit-out powerbomb there by Sami Callihan. The Callihan Death Machine. I wonder if he'll ever go back to WWE. I think his situation was very much like Chris Hero's situation, where it was sort of, he left NXT, but not necessarily in a bad way. Like, the door is open for you to return at some point, but the fact he's gone to TNA, maybe not. Not saying that you can't wrestle in WWE if you've been in TNA, because a lot of people have now, but I don't know. I feel like at this point in time it might be a little bit too late. Nice uppercut there by King Cuerno, sending Callihan to the corner. This is very much a Lucha Underground style thing, isn't it? Because Sami Callihan is now working Lucha Underground. I think he's working Season 3. What's he called? He's not called Solomon Crow. He's called Jeremiah Crane in Season 3 of Lucha Underground. They finished Season 3 now, because I know there was a big delay, wasn't there? There was a big delay in what they were doing. So I don't know if they actually done it or not. Have they been signed for Season 4 as well? So many questions. I really lost track. I don't know why I lost track, because Lucha Underground is literally my favourite wrestling show I've seen in a very, very long time. I don't know how I lost track of how it was going. That's reverse Bloody Sunday there by King Cuerno. Cuerno sending Callihan into the corner. My favourite thing Cuerno does is his dive. I think his dive is absolutely incredible. What is Cuerno up to here? Oh, nice deadlift super Falcon Arrow. Wow. Deadlift super Falcon Arrow. Nice, and a crunchy as well there by Cuerno, hooking it in for the pin. 2. Oh, it was close to 3, that was, wasn't it? Ah, I see. I see. So I just clicked on Lucha Underground on the computer beside me to send the most recent show that was on. Oh, so Season 3 finished in October. October 2017. And it finished with a title versus career match. Hence why Prince Puma is now a free agent. Or Ricochet, should I say. It was a free agent, it's not anymore, obviously, but... Callihan now hooking the arms, taking Cuerno up. Oh, into that underhook pile driver. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no, Cuerno kicked out. Wow. Weren't expecting that. How much more does Callihan have, though, to take Cuerno down with? Nice Callihan catching Cuerno twice. Springs off the ropes into a nice running forearm, into a running bulldog as well. And there's the stretch muffler, the finisher of Sami. Look how high he's got Cuerno up. And Cuerno's going to have to think about this. He doesn't want to tap out in the opening show, but at the same time, he can't risk getting any injuries that could hold him out for longer. And Callihan, this is going to be the end of Cuerno here. Taking him up once again. There's that underhook pile driver, and surely there's no getting out from this by King Cuerno. 1, 2, and 3. And Sami Callihan is victorious. What a brutal match that was. Absolutely brutal. There was that crunchy by Cuerno where he had a good chance there to actually potentially do well, but still, it just wasn't quite enough. Sami Callihan just really got things going, really became very, very dominant. And eventually it was a second underhook power driver which won it. And there it is. Sami Callihan is victorious. What do you think of this core? Is it just me? I think it looks, a lot of it looks good. The attire is pretty good, the hair's right. It's just the face for me is not perfect. And here is our next match of the evening. And look how good these cores are. That Alex Shelley is absolutely amazing. One of the best cores I think I've had in this game. It's going to be Motor City Machine Guns versus Bad Influence. So a second tag team match of the evening. We're going all out here this evening. We've still got 4 matches left for you, including this one. Here are the Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley on the far side. Chris Sabre on the near side. One of my favourite tag teams of all time. I think there was a run. I think it might have been around about 2008, I want to say. That might be completely wrong. It was a best of 5 series between the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money, I think. I'm going to Google this. Motor City Machine Guns versus Beer Money best of 5. There you go, it was a long old type that was. I typed in best of 6 by mistake, okay. Yeah. Best of 5 series match. Oh, they're all on, actually. They're all on, oh, that's not fair. I was going to say they're all on YouTube. They're not on something called Vimeo. Yeah, and there was like all these different match types. There was a cage match, there was a ladder match, there was all these different match types. It was amazing. And for me, it really, really got me into both tag teams a lot more. I typed in every part of that wrong, I think. Best of 5. I put best op 6. That's what you get when you type in the dark, I suppose, isn't it? So match 1 was a ladder match. Match 3 was a cage match. It was pretty awesome either way. Oh yeah, someone has put the playlist. Someone's put the playlist on YouTube, but it's literally the highlights. So every video is like 2 minutes long. It's just 2 standard matches, then a cage match, then an Ultimate X match. Oh. Ultimate X match between Beer Money and... Alright, so match number 1 was a ladder. There's just too much stuff going on, wasn't there? But it was just such a good little run. I wonder if PJ Toby would like to do that on this one. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. So this Daniels looks pretty good in the load-up screen. Looks a little bit out now. Looks a bit skinny to me. Nice backdrop there on Alex Shelley. And of course, it's an important one as well because you do start to build up some momentum straight away on this. Nicely bad influence working well together. Chris Daniels just launching Kazarian into Alex Shelley. Kazarian completely missed that. That was awful. That was absolutely awful he missed that, but there you go. Alex Shelley now bringing in Chris Sabin as well. Former TNA champion Chris Sabin. When he came back from that injury and decided to give him a major run. Nice clothesline there by Kazarian, now bringing Chris Sabin back up to his feet, but Sabin catching Kazarian out, taking him down. And Kazarian fighting back on himself. Kazarian right hand now into a German suplex on Chris Sabin. Oh, nice Saito suplex. And Kazarian is in control of this match right now. Oh, wrenching away at the neck of Chris Sabin. That looked brutal, that did. Kazarian bringing Sabin back up to his feet now. Sending him into the corner. Oh, Sabin saw he was in trouble there. He didn't want to get stuck there with both Kazarian and Daniels. Nice backbreaker, neckbreaker combination there by Chris Sabin. Sabin now dragging Kazarian into the middle of the ring. Or dragging him all the way now to the corner of the Motor City Machine Guns. Tagging in Alex. This Alex Shelley core is just fantastic. It's so good. Nice frog splash there by Alex Shelley. Be interested if we see the likes of Alex Shelley in that as part of our Cruiserweight tournament as well. PJ Toby has not yet given me the names of the rest of the Cruiserweight tournament. He wants to keep it a secret. Doesn't want me spoiling it for you guys, I suppose. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to be in them other matches over the next 2 weeks. And whether or not the triple threat matches are going to be randomly drawn or not. That should be interesting as well. There's the pin there by Kazarian after the standing Spanish fly. But Sabin was there quickly to break it up. Kazarian now dropping the double elbows right in the face of Alex Shelley. Kazarian now getting the crowd behind him, trying to build things up. I used to really like Kazarian as well back in the day. Nice spinning neckbreaker there by Alex Shelley as well. On Kazarian, there's the pin. Referee went a real long way round. Shelley taunting away at the back of Kazarian. Needs to just continue the action here. Doesn't want to let Kazarian get too much back in this one. Kazarian launching Shelley over the top. I know Shelley hopping up onto the top rope. Into a double axe handle. That's a great little momentum maneuver there. Shelley now stalking. Oh, Kazarian, look at that kick right in the face. Wow, that was brutal. Right in the face. Wow. I'm surprised Kazarian's not knocked out completely there. Oh, and another kick around the side of the head there by Shelley with the Inseguri. Nice uppercut there by Kazarian, now taking Shelley up on his shoulders. He just needs to get Shelley out of the way so he can go in, make the tag to Christopher Daniels, would imagine. He does take Shelley down, but Shelley also makes the hot tag into Chris Sabin. Running clothesline to the back of Daniels. Daniels avoiding the step of Inseguri though. And Daniels now looking for that tarantula. Oh no. Wow. Shelley's down the outside though, so if Daniels can deal here with Chris Sabin, he'll have a clear run to try and win this match. Just powered him into the turnbuckle, then launched him across the ring. Daniels does the big moonsault. I don't think it's his finish though. I think they put his finisher on the game now, haven't they? The BME, the best moonsault ever. I'm sure they put it on the game. They've definitely put Angel's Wings on there, I think. We might be about to find out. Hook in the arms. Oh, look at that. Brutal. There's the pin. Can Kazarian get across? No, he can't. There's not good enough AI, is there, still, with these tag team matches, to get around and block off the opposing team member to try and block it away from the pin. There's just not enough AI there still. Oh, nice. Oh, Daniels, nice. Fantastic move. With a shoulder breaker as well. No, high, big quesadora. Just got the arm hooked underneath the ropes, as you do. Daniels now taking Sabre up on his shoulder as well. Gonna drop him neck first across that top rope. Oh, Saban sending Chris Daniels face first into the mat. Back up on his feet. Saban sending Daniels into the far corner. Daniels reversing Saban. Oh, brought up the double knees right in the face of Daniels now. A missile dropkick as well. And Saban, nice running forearm in the corner. Into a basement dropkick. It's a very back and forth match, this one. Some guys taking control, then somebody else takes control, then vice versa, vice versa. It really is very back and forth. Sabre now looking to continue the assault here on Daniels, stalking him as he gets back up to his feet. And this is quite well positioned, actually, to... Oh, nice. Very, very nice there by Sabre. And there's the pin. Alex Shelley. Oh, Shelley took out Kazarian, but Daniels was able to kick out. That's Hurricanrana there by Daniels. I'm surprised Daniels has survived that, to be honest, and now not only survived it, but he's back in control. But Saban crawling away, and Daniels just that second too slow, and oh well, Alex Shelley came in the hot tag and just got an elbow right in the face. Oh, clothesline to the outside there by Alex Shelley, and now there's just a pile of teammates on the outside, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Chris Daniels in a stack with Chris Saban. Shane now bringing Daniels back into the ring, and it's Kazarian down the other side as well. Literally all hell has broken loose. If either of these two guys get a pin, there's nobody to protect at all. And it's Daniels heading up top once again. Again, another moonsault. And again, Saban still down on the outside. If Daniels can hit another Angel's Wings, Saban's not going to be able to get up and protect him. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no! Shelley's kicked out. Holy crap, and now Saban's back up on the apron. Saban fighting free. Sorry, Shelley fighting free. I'm being completely bamboozled by this match now. I can't believe that some of the matches tonight have just gone so much further than you'd expect them to. Nobody wants to lose on this opening night of Adrenaline here on Season 4 of SWE. Elbow in the back of the head by Alex Shelley. Hooking him in, nice Northern Light suplex with the arm hooked as well. 1, 2, that's only a 2 count. I love the way there the referee stopped the count and signalled 2 before Daniel's shoulder had actually left the mat. It's just dodgy, isn't it? Shelley now Hooking the legs of Daniels and into that suplex. Oh, wow. That looked really dangerous, that. Daniels just dropped face first into that middle turnbuckle. That looked very, very dangerous. That's how you break a neck. Shayna bringing Daniels back up, and Kazarian once again down the outside. Nice dragon suplex there by Alex Shelley. They've got to take advantage while Kazarian's grounded. You've got to take your advantage. Shayna stamping on the hand of Christopher Daniels, and Kazarian is now back up on his feet. And Shelley now stalking Chris Daniels. Oh, is he going to give him a little bit of his own medicine? Looks like he is, you know. Oh, insult to injury. Alex Shelley using Chris Daniels' own finisher maneuver against him. There's the pin. 1, 2, and Saban's there to block it off, and the Motor City Machine Guns pick up the victory here against Bad Influence in another great tag team match. Another long tag team match as well. Tag team matches do last a very long time in this game, don't they? There's a real inability, like I said, of people being able to defend the pins. And that's a slight problem in this game. But we did get a defense of the pin. Saban came across and took out Kazarian, allowing Shelley to finally get that pin on Christopher Daniels. Just two very well evenly matched sides here. And it's a really good win here for the Motor City Machine Guns. And this will give them a nice bit of momentum moving forward into the remainder of this season. Of course, brand new tag team in this universe mode, Motor City Machine Guns. We've not seen them so far before. And they've started off with a bang here against Bad Influence. Or the Addiction, whatever you want to call them these days. Kaz and Daniels. And here's our next match of the evening. A bit of a mismatch of styles, really, as Enzo Amore takes on Adam Cole 1-on-1. Now, in my book, there's only one winner in this one, surely. Surely. If Enzo was to win here, that would be one of the biggest upsets in SWE history. We've had a few. We have had a few over the years.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am the least liked guy in WWE.
He is though, isn't he, really? I used to be a big fan of Enzo, but it's just got too much now.
Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that.
And this right here, oh no, Big Cass is not there, is he? Realest guy in the room.
How you doing?
I don't know. I don't like Enzo, but I'm not supposed to because he's a heel, I suppose. And in fairness, what he's probably done for 205 Live is probably what 205 really needed was a character, because they've got some fantastic wrestlers, but in characters they struggle. And I think that's where they need to find the balance. They need to find someone who's a very good character as well as a very good wrestler. Enzo is not an amazing wrestler, but he does offer that real heel that you just want to see beaten. And that could happen at the Royal Rumble this week, and I feel like he's actually done a pretty good job. And here he is then, of course, our Intercontinental Champion Adam Cole. Won the belt away from Hideo Itami in our previous season of the Universe mode. And his first match since becoming champion is going to be here against Enzo. And if Enzo does win this match, you'd have to fancy Enzo as a strong contender for the Intercontinental Championship. As crazy as that sounds, if you beat the champion, you have to be given the opportunity. But let's just hope that that doesn't happen. But we know what this game's like. This game can be a real piece of work when it wants to. It really can. So we're ready to go. Enzo Amore, Adam Cole. the battle commences. Cole straight with a boot in the gut. Into a snap suplex as well. Slamming the back of Enzo's head into the mat. And Adam Cole here just dominated Enzo, as you'd expect, really. Nice gut buster, and now Adam Cole backing away into the corner. Oh, running knee strike right in the face of Enzo, into the pin. 1, 2, wow! Adam Cole's just destroyed Enzo Amore. Wow. Well, that was truly a very, very easy win here for Adam Cole, who's signaling to the back. It actually looks like he's not finished yet. Adam Cole looking to try and add insult to injury, but Enzo fighting him back, showing he does have some fight in him. Alright, here comes the rest of the Undisputed Era. Oh, the numbers game just gets too much of Enzo Amore in the end. And Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole just beating Enzo down. Who is going to stop these guys? And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be our second of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament matches. We got, how good are these two calls anyway? Ricochet versus Kushida in what could easily be a match to steal not just the show here this evening, but the whole universe mode, really. It's going to be a cracker. So, of course, we've already seen Desmond and Xavier get through earlier on this evening. And, of course, once again, the schedule is going to be 2 matches here this evening. 2 matches next week, 2 matches on episode number 3, and then 2 triple threats on episode number 4, and then a triple threat in the pay-per-view alongside Rey Mysterio Jr. for that Cruiserweight Championship. So, really going to have the best of the best in that Cruiserweight Championship match. And this is going to be a cracking match. I can just feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Like, Desmond Xavier versus Leo Rush was very good earlier on. Although the ending was a little bit out there, wasn't it, really, with the count-out victory? But there you go. But this one could steal everything. It's going to be a cracker. And, of course, Ricochet recently signed with WWE. Which I was a little bit, well, I wasn't surprised about. It was quite common knowledge that he was going to sign, but for some reason it did surprise me a little bit, because I don't know, I just felt like Ricochet might not want to do it, because we all know what's going to happen. He's going to end up being stuck in 205 Live before too long, but he would be the real saviour of 205 Live. He would be the man, but the thing is just how, because we've seen it all before, like we're all big fans of wrestling, I'm assuming if you're watching these sort of videos, you're a big fan of wrestling. And we've seen many fantastic wrestlers come onto the main roster and just sort of not get anywhere. And it's just down to the way they're written and the stuff they're given, the chances they're given, and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just a little bit worried that that could happen with Ricochet if he gets stuck in 205 Live and they just expect him to do amazing things when he doesn't get the opportunity to do those amazing things. It could be very frustrating. It's a bit like Neville. We all know how good Neville is, and Neville could potentially be a champion anywhere he wants to go, but just they've bunged him on 205 Live and he's just been basically stuck there. So yeah, it's annoying, isn't it, really? But hopefully we'll be better from Ricochet. Hopefully they've learned from their mistakes. And I wouldn't put it past it, you know. I would not put it past Neville returning at the Royal Rumble this week. It could be an opportunity. But first of all, then we have this big match here then between Time Splitters. Sorry, I'm reading his shirt. Between Kushida and Ricochet. This is going to be a high-flying extraordinaire. Two of the top guys from, well, two of the top high flyers in the entire world, really. I think if you were making a Cruiserweight tournament, this would be the sort of guys you'd want in the match. These would be the people you'd want. And I'm surprised this could have ended up being like the finale, couldn't it, really? But we've got it now. Kushida taking the early advantage with that headlock, taking Ricochet down. Really just squishing the neck of Ricochet. But Ricochet turns it around. They get a headlock of his own, and nice bit of chain wrestling here. I always like a match that starts with some chain wrestling. Kushida now just pushing Ricochet away now. Catches him, looking for that backdrop, but Ricochet dropping free. Now hooking the leg. Nice. Was that reverse regalplex, was that? I think it was. Yeah, sure it was. Ricochet now taking Kushida down once again. Dropping the double knees right on the arms of Kushida. Ricochet once again bringing Kushida up. Jumping into a DDT. Slamming Kushida face first into the mat. Ricochet now then sending Kushida off the ropes. Springs back into a bicycle. The bicycle. That's a long way away. Ricochet's going for this. What's he going to go for? Oh, wow. It was just too far, wasn't it? It was too far. He completely cocked that one up, didn't he, really? That was terrible. He's still going to have to pin anyway. Front charge there by Ricochet now. Taking Kushida. I can't believe he missed that shooting star. It was a beautiful shooting star press as well. But I can't believe he bloody missed it the way he did. That was quite embarrassing, wasn't it, really, for him? There you go. And Ricochet taking a bit too long there, taunting to the crowd. And that's allowed Kushida to take advantage in this match now and springing Ricochet back. Kushida now bringing Ricochet back up into a Northern Light suplex. Declines to bridge it for the pin. I thought he might have stuck it there just to get a couple of seconds to relax. He goes for another Northern Light suplex again. Neglecting to go for the bridging pin. A boot in the side of the head of Ricochet. Another boot in the side of the head. One in the gut, but no, Ricochet fighting back. And a stiff clothesline there by Kushida. Ricochet taking control once again. They're heading up to the top. He missed the shooting star press earlier on. What's he going for now? He went for the... Wow. He hit a 450. It's not quite enough though. Only a 2 count. And Kushida's really struggling in this match. Ricochet has been quite dominant. Ricochet now sending Kushida into the corner. Stiff chop. Hoisting Kushida up top. What's Ricochet going to go for now? Standing Spanish Fly maybe? No, he's going to go for the Frankensteiner. Kushida pinged half across the ring. Kushida is not doing well here at all. Ricochet has just been dominant. And there's that jumping DDT once again. Ricochet now taking Kushida up on his shoulders, dropping him with that bicycle kick right to the face. I don't think Kushida's got much left in this match, and if Ricochet heads up top now, he's got that 4... No. I was going to say Ricochet's got that 630 cent on. Kushida does catch the leg, but still Ricochet able just to ping straight back out again. And now he does head up top. If he has that 630 cent on, this could be the end of the match. And there it is, the 630 cent on by Ricochet on Kushida into the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and Ricochet's victorious here. And Kushida, he just did not turn up here this evening at all, did he? He did not turn up here at all. And he's just been absolutely dominated here by Ricochet. And Ricochet is going in to that first triple threat match in a couple of weeks' time. Ricochet here offering the handshake out to Kushida, who does accept it. Ricochet absolutely dominant in this one. Kushida had no chance, did he? And here we go, it's time for our main event of the evening. It's AJ Styles versus Zack Sabre Jr. And this one is a #1 contendership match for the Adrenaline Championship. So the winner of this one will go on to face off against Samoa Joe at our first pay-per-view. And first up then, of course, we have Mr. AJ Styles. Got a bit of AJ Styles, didn't you? Done so well so far. This, for me, has got to be his year. He's got to hold that championship through to WrestleMania. He's got to hold the belt through to WrestleMania. And then hopefully defend against Nakamura at WrestleMania. Main event AJ Styles versus Nakamura would just be insane. That is my dream. We got some great action here. AJ Styles versus Zack Sabre Jr. Not quite sure that match has happened before. I'm sure it must have happened somewhere on one of the little indie shows, but I don't think well, Zack was obviously never in TNA. Zack was never in Ring of Honor. So if it has happened, it would have happened somewhere random where Zack and AJ have both been booked, I would imagine. If it hasn't happened, then we're going to get your first chance to see it here this evening. And of course, we've got the high flying ability of AJ Styles, but it's not completely high flying. He does have some technical aspects about him as well. And of course, Zack is much more of a technical wrestler and a hard hitter. It's not going to be very nice for AJ, this one, I tell you. And here comes Zack Sabre Jr. rocking his Suzuki gun attire. And this is going to be a very, very good match as well. Saying that, I was a little bit disappointed, I must admit, with Ricochet versus Kushida. I thought there was going to be a lot more to that one. But, yeah, unfortunately... Well, not unfortunately, unfortunate for Ricochet, was it? He dominated that match. It'd be interesting to see just how this one pans out. Of course, I bet Samoa Joe is sat there somewhere backstage watching this. Wants to know exactly who it's going to be he's going to be facing off against in a few episodes' time at our first pay-per-view. AJ Styles versus Zack Sabre Jr. The bell goes and we are underway. And AJ straight away, that snap suplex. And a kick straight in the back of Zack Sabre Jr. Bringing him back up to his feet. And AJ continuing the assault. But no, Zack did break free there, but he did also drop himself nuts first on the top rope, which is not the nicest place to be. You see here, every time AJ tries to get a maneuver on Zack, like I said, he's very, very good, Zack. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's very good at reversing. Very technical wrestler. And that's exactly what he's done to AJ so far. Managed to break his way out of most things, but AJ now taking Zack up. Oh, it's an underhook brainbuster. One of the finishing maneuvers he used to use, of course, over in New Japan. And he's hit it pretty early here. The damage could have been done. AJ now heading up to the middle rope. Looking to drop those double knees, but again, Zack just able to avoid it. What was that noise? Was that in the game? Just heard a really, really weird noise. It really freaked me out. Either way, AJ dropping Zack's spine first across the apron. Now that is the hardest part of the ring. That's where the steel framework that holds the ring is. A lot of people always tell you that the ring is very, very soft. And the middle of the ring, it's not soft as such, but it is wood. It does have a bit of give in it. But the apron there, steel framework, it's got no give in it whatsoever. It's absolutely solid. Not a nice place to be at all. AJ now dropping a knee right in the chest of Zack. Once again, bringing him back up to his feet. And now AJ taking Zack up on his shoulders. What's he up to here? Oh, wow. Just launched Zack right into the ring post. Referee having a go at AJ. Wants him to bring Zack back in the ring, which is what he does. AJ now boot right in the gut of Zack, and Zack is struggling here. AJ's done a lot of damage early on. Launched him into that ring post. Really seems to have shaken Zack Sabre Jr. It could be a matter of time here before AJ is victorious. But again, Zack, the cheeky back elbow, then into a crossbody, and all of a sudden the match has turned around and AJ's in trouble. You can't give Zack too much time because it's not long before he'll rip your body to shreds and have you exactly where he wants you. Zack up to the middle rope once again. We don't normally see this much high flying out of Zack, to be honest. Oh, that diving forearm. Very, very good. Zack now bringing AJ back up to his feet once again. Into an arm breaker. Again, just setting up for a potential submission move. That's what Zack is very, very good at doing. He just pick your body apart. Zack now with a headlock. Can AJ break free? He does eventually, but Zack's still just continuing the assault. Trying to take AJ, but AJ fighting back, sending Zack over his shoulders. AJ now with a snapmare. Now looking for that reverse Bloody Sunday, or the 1916 on Zack Sabre Jr. AJ now dropping to the outside. Signaling for Zack to get back up to his feet. He's going to go for that forearm. No, he goes for the... Oh, nice springboard overcastle. AJ now taking Zack up with his shoulders into the Yugoroshi. The Death Valley Driver neckbreaker combination. Straightway Zack back up though, catching AJ with a jawbreaker. But AJ, quick jab. Very effective into an arm breaker of his own. That's an interesting maneuver. Maybe damaging the arm of Zack will reduce any potential armbar pressure he can put on AJ. AJ, phenomenal forearm straight over the top, catching Zack right in the face. Drops into the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And AJ Styles is victorious, and he will go on to face off against Samoa Joe at our first pay-per-view. And there we go then, a great win here for AJ Styles. He will now go on to our first pay-per-view to face off against Samoa Joe for the Adrenaline Championship. Oh, talking of Samoa Joe, right on cue. Oh, kendo stick across the gut of AJ Styles and across the back of the spine as well. Samoa Joe sending a message to his #1 contender for the Adrenaline Championship. So wow, what a way to end the evening. Samoa Joe sending a message here to AJ Styles. And Joe versus Styles will be happening at our first pay-per-view in only a few episodes' time. Well, guys, that's it for the first episode of Adrenaline in this brand new universe mode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like. And, of course, subscribe if you're new around here at all. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, because there's going to be a lot more of this Adrenaline universe mode coming up for you. I plan on uploading the next episode tomorrow, and then there'll be a couple of episodes during the week as well. Like I said, we're focusing solely on Adrenaline for now. We're going to blitz through 3 in-game months, see how it goes, and then maybe we'll try something a little bit different. Maybe go to a bit of Octane for 3 in-game months as well. Just to try and freshen things up and make the whole universe mode a lot more story-based as well, which I think is going to be best for everybody. Anyway, like I said, if you have enjoyed it, please do hit a like of the source, subscribe if you're new around here. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for our next episode of SWE Adrenaline. Bye.